Sing, it will call him to you.
The waivers using swords. Swords.
Yeah, what's up?
So you'd be joining a little bit.
Jan, whenever you're ready, buddy.
Oh, that's wonderful. So back in
My roll?
Roll 7.
So yeah.
Master Kenshiro Ishimada is a world-renowned martial artist, philosopher, and scholar of Japanese history. Travel with Ichi a millennium back in time to marvel of Nippon, Japan, as he sifts through the forgotten puzzle pieces to unearth a fascinating mystery which will resonate with anyone living in this strange 21st century. What do bullet trains, handcrafted swords, modern-day cartoons, and the designer drug XTC have to do with one another? Join Ichi and his fully animated CG pals to find out. Thank you very much.
A simple beggar walking down the pathway with what appears to be a katana. That's why I say don't judge a book by its cover. Would you believe that this katana right here, which I consider a toy, is actually the basis for the Buster Sword, Final Fantasy VII, okay? It's pretty cool, right? That's right, guys, okay. About your host, my name is Master Kenshiro Ichimada. I'm musically inclined. I've invented a new hybrid dubstep called Armageddon Step. I have a street fight record of 7 fights, no losses. My fighting style is a mix of MMA fighting and Shotokan close quarters combat gunfighting, such as what you would see in Metal Gear Solid 4, such as that. All right. And, excuse me, miss, please don't leave. Okay. Guys, just don't leave, trust me. It's about to get hot in here. You're going to see some fireworks. I know that a lot of the stuff you've seen today has been disappointing. This is not going to be one of those things, okay? In the new upcoming Evangelion 3.0, the character Chris, aka Koda, based on yours truly. I have a box here for donations. If any of you like what you see here today and you want to keep us on the road, please don't be stingy with your yen. Please pass that around. Thank you. Okay. So, who am I exactly? I'm a student of the world, a student of all different cultures around the world, notably Japan. I'm neuroatypical, I am non-cisgendered, and I do have a slight speech impediment, so if you notice me screwing up my speech at all, please don't make fun of me. That's just the way that I speak. And what you're about to see is basically a TED Talk for anime. I don't know if you're familiar with TED Talks, but they're these prestigious, these talks, these speeches, really awe-inspiring stuff, and you're about to see one for anime. We'll start with some quotes. Here's a quote from the movie Kick-Ass. This is Hit Girl right here, my favorite character. Big Daddy, good job, I'm so proud of you, baby doll. Are you okay? Hit Girl, but getting shot, Daddy, it hurt a lot more when you did it. Big Daddy, that's because I used low velocity rounds, child. Hee hee. Hit Girl, you're the kindest daddy in the whole world. Big Daddy, no, I love you. Hit Girl, I love you too. Daddy, I love you too, Daddy. Sleep tight. It's inspirational quote number 1. Number 2, movie Sucker Punch. Everyone has an angel, a guardian who watches over us. We can't know what form they'll take. One day, old man. Next day, little girl. But don't let appearances fool you. They can be as fierce as any dragon, yet they're not here to fight our battles, but to whisper from our heart, reminding that it's us. It's every one of us who holds power over the world we create. Thanks, guys. Quote number 3, Scott Pilgrim. Scott, if your life had a face, I would punch it. kind of goofy. Haha, wait, what? And last up we have some contemporary stuff. I'm not gonna read all this stuff, but bro tips number 122. She wants to talk to you just as badly as you want to talk to her. She's waiting for your text. Go, bro, go for it. And this fourth one, I wrote that one. If you're trying to lose weight on a diet, you go, girl, but don't forget to stop and smell the bacon. Hashtag epic. Folks in the audience here, videotaping is of course permitted. I think we're gonna see a lot of exciting remixes on YouTube with the footage that you shoot. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with our stuff, with the stuff I'm gonna present to you. But please, get in contact with me after you film the stuff. I need to see what you're gonna put online there. I have to okay it before it goes up, so please get in touch with me. So where are we at here? What's the deal? Who's this 17-year-old kid up in here with a dream about some anime? A few years ago, I was faced with the following question. What do you do when your life is just... Are we allowed to swear here, by the way? Can I just say the SH word? Is that not allowed? Keep it... Okay, don't worry about that. So what do you do when your life's just a bunch of BS? Okay, I think we know what that word means. Your only friends are ones you've never met in real life. They're imaginary. They're on your MMO game, playing MapleStory, right? And you're on DeviantArt getting more negative criticism than positive criticism. And forget your dream of having a Japanese girlfriend. You're going to be lucky to have a girlfriend, period. We've all been there. I think we know exactly what we're talking about here. And so I knew I had to find something. I knew I had to do something great. I see a flyer, community college, anime club. 2 weeks later, I'm there. I'm getting a degree from a somewhat prestigious community college. And I'm learning about medieval Japanese folklore and mythology, kinds of crazy stuff that would blow your minds. My Yu-Gi-Oh! Unboxing videos on YouTube are getting hundreds of thousands of views. I'm well on my way to being able to make a living just on YouTube. And as for a girlfriend, well, as you can see, she's not Japanese, but she games like one. So Japan, my field of study, my field of expertise, my lifeblood here. I live it, I breathe it. Cradle of civilization. Japanese people have a perfect society. There's no crime, there's no poverty, they have no evil Western influences. It's a haven for nerds and anime gamers. It's really just a great place. You have the Shikoku Islands here. This is where you can play Gundam Wing as much as you want on Shikoku Islands. You can go to Niigata and watch fantastic Pokemon opera at Niigata. Go up to Hokkaido. They have arcades for miles in Hokkaido. Trust me, you're going to see when you go to Japan. Everybody should do it once. What's Japanese given us? Martial arts. High-flying acrobatic kicks, flips, twists. Dodge a bullet in some cases. Fireballs, chi techniques making warriors invincible and inevitable to all attacks, including armor-piercing rounds. Wow. Pressure point techniques causing instant death, and as a bonus, a special added bonus, it looks pretty badass. Excuse me, could you please come back here? Okay, this is... I'm going to have to call this quits if anybody else leaves here. What else has Japan given us? Drift race cars. Wow. Such as the Mitsubishi Eclipse, tuned Hondas, the famous Toyota Hachiroku, and my favorite, the Mitsubishi Lancer Rallyart Edition. You'll be popping Tokyo drifts all over the streets in one of these cool cars. Wow. You can save your questions for the end. The questions you can wait till the end. The shirt that I'm wearing right now is actually Japanese kimono fabric. Japanese kimono fabric. And kimono is a Japanese word meaning clothes. These Japanese kimonos are made of the finest silk, and they have the tight weaves using just incredible colors, not available anywhere else until about the 18th century. Using natural dyes and prayer beads to enhance chi. All the clothes are meant to enhance chi and bring warrior power and spirit. It's important to know that the Japanese have a holistic way of life. Everything is important. So even death in Japan, the bukkake ceremony that comes when a warrior has had his time, it's a work of art. Can you imagine that for a second? A death being a work of art, much like David or the Sistine Chapel would be, only these Western works of art are so much more unsophisticated. Now I'm going to show you some pictures of Western culture. Are there any people out there we can get in here? Can you get some people in there? So we're going to see some Western art here. Now think about the Western ideals, okay? Unattainable, unrealistic beauty, grotesque, large muscles and breasts, not like childlike, small, prepubescent breasts. And all Western art is heterocentric. It's only white people privilege, guys. And I just want you to know, maybe you are trapped in the matrix, okay? Right here, we have a painting. Look at this. Look at this painting. Cluttered, boring, kind of lame. I don't know what's going on here. I know that it's not something I want. It's not cool looking. What's this? Another painting, another boring Western painting. Obviously trying too hard. It's dark. The faces are not realistic. This is junk. If I saw this on DeviantArt, I would leave a nasty comment. What do we have here? No emotion. Costumes suck. Boring costumes. Where are the weapons? Where's the head? What's this here? Okay. We got no attention paid to proportions. Note the small head and even smaller eyes. The eyes should be way bigger. No color. I guess he was tired. He didn't want to paint it. I spent hours painting Warhammer 40K. Excuse me, folks. Please come back in here. Guys. Okay, I'm going to talk to an empty room. Fine, whatever. And the shape of the hands and feet are also way off on this one. So, better luck next time. Wow. This is Batman's cave. Zen philosophy is all about simplicity, elegance, beauty, okay? This is cluttered. I could make this out of Legos, but it's cluttered at the end of the day is what it is. It's just a bunch of crap. We're inside an airport waiting room. There's no paper lanterns, no candles, no incense, no sense of feng shui. And here, this is the most diabolical of all. What this looks like to me is as if somebody was looking inside a Japanese teacup and copying the beautiful anime artwork inside. And I think this is possibly one of the first cases of intellectual thievery. Wow. What are you cosplaying in this? Is that like a Sherlock Holmes thing? Anyway, time for some real art. Guys, Japanese Nippon pottery. Simple, elegant, timeless. This could be 10 years ago, this could be 2,000 years ago. Just breathe. Bonsai gardens. Using nature to create art. What other culture in the world does this? No, not many, that's right. Terraforming, cyclical nature of all things, the duality of all things, and it's green. Just breathe. Elegant, simple, need I say more? It's not tacky, it's not gaudy, it's not Western, okay? We have this loud music here, these scantily clad women on TV, not in Japan. Now, what do we do with this art? I mean, this is my character from my vampire game that I play. This is Tenchiro here. He's a 17-year-old high school student. You can see I have a little bit of weight, I have a little bit of a gut here. So Tenchiro is very skinny, very slender. He's kind of what I would like to look like. And his music is dub clash, hype step, and super Eurobeat. What do we have here? One of the most feared warriors in all of Japan. Guys, this is Matsushiro Suzuki Kawasaki. And he was a samurai warrior in 1789 from the Kyoto prefecture. And when he came into the scene, he kind of blew the doors off the samurai game, okay? And this is who George Lucas based the Jedis on. This guy right here, look familiar? Look like a Jedi you might know? And right here we have some Jedis. I like this photo because they're pointing the lightsabers at the camera, but this is like a Muslim or a Sikh Jedi. I don't think that fits with the mythology of Star Wars, so I don't like that, but I don't have time to Photoshop it. Now the main question that we're talking about is guns versus swords. And this brings me to sort of the crux of my argument, sort of the pinnacle of my thesis that I've been working towards here. Really a paradigm shift goes on when you have guns versus swords. The Japanese used cheap power, fireballs, and praying to ancestors to defeat British soldiers who were equipped with swords and modern artillery. Really amazing stuff. Some of these battles that you should have seen. Wow. So right here, I play tabletop games sometimes, and my friends, I always pick the Japs, and my friends, they play as the British who are equipped with guns. And I sort of surprise them in every game that I play by sneaking around, taking them from behind. Really amazing. Right here, another picture illustrating my point. Samurai warrior slashing a Hummer in half with a minigun here. It's a minigun firing at the samurai. And it's like I always say, Modern technology is nothing when faced with hand-forged Yankee steel. Hold on. Sorry, excuse me. So anyway, we're halfway through our talk here on Japanese culture. We're halfway through our talk here. And what I'm doing is I'm showing you a bunch of cool things and then I'm interconnecting them. So I'm really gonna blow your mind by telling you stuff about these cool things and then connecting them. You're gonna say, geez, I didn't know teacups and martial arts and swords and bullet trains were all connected. Oh, God. Wow. What do we have here? It's an image we've probably all seen before. What you might not have known is that this is actually the Buddhist wheel of life. Wow. Wheel of reincarnation right there. Social media, Web 2.0. And it's here that we really get into sort of the crux of my argument, okay? A paradigm shift is going on in technology. New sort of websites where you can look at your friends and look at what they're doing. Twitter, MySpace, Zixo, Foursquare, you have Pandora, all these cool websites. And these are poised to really go viral soon. And what we see is an interesting shift in the way that people are interacting and people are having gatherings together. So steampunk, you have people going on Twitter to find their steampunk meetups, and you can just put on some gear goggles and go down there. And what's kind of cool is you can customize your avatar, and you can customize your internet operating software to look more steampunk. That's pretty cool. This guy right here, imagine walking up on this. That's pretty badass, if you ask me. It's awesome. This right here, another perfect example, shining example of what I'm talking about. These two, she's disabled, but she's steampunk. They've got swagger like what? It's unfortunate I have to stop this presentation halfway through to talk about something that happened to me online recently. It came to my attention that some of my material had been posted on someone's website calling himself the Angry Video Game Nerd, which is kind of an interesting name. Anyway, he wrote back about my videos that I posted. I put like 5 videos on there. I told him to watch them whenever he had free time. And he said, I checked your stuff out and it's not for me. Sorry. And so I just want to say, Angry Video Game Nerd, you're a scumbag loser. And if you want drama with me, you can say it to my face. But stop hating me online, idiot. And so around the 15th century, we really start to see a paradigm shift going on. A shift in the manufacture of Japanese katana. Right here we have pictured a 12th century Mifune blade. It's a priceless work of art, as deadly as it is priceless. And I sell these on my website, so you can check these out later on. I'll show you the link. You're probably familiar with the butterfly effect, right? A butterfly, one side of the world, flaps its wings. The wind turbulence goes all the way around the world, and the next thing you know, you have a tsunami going on. Now, some people say that the tsunami in Japan is payback for Pearl Harbor, and I think that's very insensitive. Anyway, so what's going on? What's going on to make these Japanese masters, such as Inuyama Kobunitsu, 15th century classical traditional master? He's got high damage with powerful crits, but low attack speed. And Honda Suzuki here, who's a 16th century cool alternative indie master. This one likes a straight sword, this one likes a curved sword. And there's a transition going on, a shift. And we're trying to figure out what it is. What is it? One simple question, why? Now, the medieval scholar Andrew Lyumpkin from Rhode Island School of Design posits that this is merely due to a shift in the availability of one type of steel to another, kind of a childish idea of the way economies work, but it's true, I'll give him that. But what I have to say in reply to this is that the Japanese masters are very conservative, very traditional swordsmen. So the increase in the price of a certain type of steel to another type of steel is not going to make them shift over overnight. It's just not. So we looked at the data. We combed through historical records. We went through piles and piles of manuscripts and scrolls going back thousands of years. And what we found was shocking. What we found was this. Wow. Striking beauty. Even today, thousands of years later, this painting still holds so much power and majesty. This is a painting, a Dokyo-e Inkblot by Dukyo-den Goku Beyblade, a Japanese painting master of the Qingping style, using watercolors that were not used in Europe until centuries later. So in case you're thinking Western art is the tops, think again. And it's a portrait of Master Yoshi inspecting a curved samurai blade. Interesting. Now what you don't know is that this picture right here is he's inspecting a curved samurai blade and he does not like it, okay? But the masters, they didn't know the backstory behind it. They didn't know that he was just giving it a test drive. They thought he was fully on board with the curved blades, right? And so this was kind of like an advertisement, kind of like you'd see, your average B-ball Duncan bootlip guy selling Nike Airs for $200. This guy is selling the curved samurai sword, right? And it actually, Master Yoshi never went over to the curved samurai sword. He only stayed with the straight blades. So this story is inspiration for Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop. But there's one thing that is for certain in all this murky history, and that is that I would want this guy on my side during the zombie apocalypse. So fast forward a couple hundred years. Wow. Did your hair get messed up? We just went a couple hundred years in a few seconds, thanks to the magic of Keynote. Where do we go from here? World War II. The Japanese are getting very good at building things that are designed to kill everybody. Of course, we have to put them in camps because they're subhuman. And then the upshot of this whole experiment, this whole nasty experiment, is that the Japanese are in a unique position to be very good at coming up with cool gizmos. Real cool. And this mechanization carries over to mass transit. So here we have some Japanese people on a train. Here they're very hygiene concerned. So here they are cleaning up the train. You're going to see some interesting characters on a Japanese subway. You're going to be seeing some interesting characters. Be careful, however, because some of these Japs are kind of handsy. So we have this guy, he's groping there, he's cuffing a field. We gotta be careful about that with the Japanese subways. Tunes, next up, what flows logically from machines is tunes, mecha, tanks, guns, and wings. This is a little bit derivative of Mickey Mouse, but they're just getting started out. You got Speed Racer, you got this one right here. This last picture is actually an error. I put this in, I didn't have a place to save the image other than PowerPoint. This is a girl wearing some toddlers in bikinis on a tank top, but I saved this because I saved pictures of girls that I like on my computer, and I like her, she's got cool hair. So this begs the question, what exactly is it that's so romantic and so attractive about Nippon? Well, I think it's because they're so good at imitating Americans. So you have some gooky dooky Japanese blue jeans, Gozo. Here's a cool Japanese muscle car. This probably has 110 horsepower and has the wheelbase of a Kia, but looks like a Camaro. So Jing Dao. Here we have a cool Japanese cartoon, big American eyes right there, and then you have some Japanese rockers that are looking like Marilyn Manson. I'm sure their music's real good. Fast forward to 1985. We're here in 1985. Guys, try not to lose your wallets on the way because we're going fast through the ages here. Mitsufumi Koto, aka Mr. Nintendo. Fundamental paradigm shift in the way we think about entertainment and toys. Incredible graphics. Blows American computers out of the water. These cool games. The games were just so fun. You got Jumpman down here. And the games had a real retro feel to them, which is what drew people to the Nintendo system. A tidal wave of titles. Need I say more? You got Catsy Click, Commander Keen, Wolfenstein 3D, Castlevania, and my personal favorite, Pac-Man, which is a game I could play for hours and hours. Now, what do we have here? We have a personal bodyguard I designed for myself when I was working as a cybersecurity data runner, data pirate consultant for one of the Zaibatsus in Japan. But she's also a pleasure model, fully equipped and ready to service. Pretty cool. Now, when you're going toe-to-toe with some Japanese people, you have to remember they're a very warlike culture. You wouldn't think this because they have, the average Japanese male is so weak and has no courage compared to an American male. So they do things that you have to be on the lookout for, such as flying planes into civilian targets. And also here we have, some Asian guy with a white guy. The white guy is obviously stronger and a better fighter, but the Asian guy has him in some sort of kung fu thing. Here we have a groin strike right here. This is just some Japanese stuff. I would compare the Japanese to Zerglings from the American game StarCraft. If you know how to deal with a Zerg rush tactically and properly, it's pretty easy to do, but they're sneaky and they attack you in huge numbers. Just like Guess Who. Here we have some English, American-style fighting, very gentlemanly, proper attire. They don't kick a man when he's down. You don't hit a man in glasses, okay? And here we have some Japanese style. This is some sort of stick wizardry, and of course, repeated groin strikes. A staple in the Japanese arsenal of hand-to-hand combat. Folks, coming up right now, we have a martial arts demo from Wade Moonsong, a blade master, a blade artist from Japan. This is going to be really exciting, so please stay in your seats.
Shizuku Tanjori. Hey, Russian Matsuko, Kumuma.
Big round of applause. Big round of applause, everybody. That was Wade Moonsong, blade artist. Wade, next time, pull your kicks back like I showed you. You don't want that getting trapped.
Yeah, I tried to remember all the lessons.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
Okay. Now, there's no question that Japanese martial arts are beautiful. Wow, we just saw some cool high-flying kicks from Wade, didn't we? But if there's one thing that's more beautiful than Japanese martial arts, it's got to be the girls.
Yeah.
Japanese women are prized around the world. They're more beautiful, more sexual. Their culture is a culture of art and beauty, not a culture of loud music and doing whatever you want, staying out late and being a whore. And it's this quiet, sort of demure approach to lovemaking, like tea ceremonies, that I love. I've dated from both camps, and suffice it to say, I will not be going back to Western women. I'm sorry. I think maybe it's Japanese women look more like preteens, or maybe it's that they're, well, you know what I mean. But anyway, this is my dream team of girls here: Miku, Kitsune, Riku, Suzuka, Tanaka, and Kiko. These are the girls I would think about. Gotcha. Keep it PG. Okay, coming up. Western women. What do we think about this? Here's a girl who's she's a high school cheerleader. I think we all know what that means. Keeping it PG, but college. What's she doing in college? 20s single life, bar scene, quote unquote dating. She's watching shows spurred on by shows like 30 Rock and The Office. Yeah, fine.
Okay.
She's spurred on by shows like The Office and 30 Rock, showing that it's okay to drink and have many boyfriends in quick succession. And by the time they get to you, this is you right here, the nerdy gamer guy, right? That's you. You're not overly muscled, you're not a big drinker, but you'll take care of her, right? Her problems are now your problems. This is probably not a PG captions here. I'm just let you read that for a second. I'm going to say it. I'm just kidding. Here's a list of, what do we see? This is not PG either, but you got to hear it sometime. Here's a dating profile. Jen, age 24, nursing student. Favorite music, T.I. and Lady Gaga. Illuminati pop music. Activities, drinking and spreading your legs for overly muscled jocks. Future plan, marry a gamer because he has a good job. Well, the jock was doing drugs and failing math tests. I'm all used up. But a nerdy gamer would fall for my manipulation and provide for me, so I can always live the party lifestyle. I think we all know a Jen or two around here. Yes, please. And folks, we just re-elected 4 more years of this. Is this what you want? One thing bothers me about Japanese girls, though. I think they're perfect in every way. I think that the Japanese women are perfect in every way, but one thing bothers me. Let's look at some pictures. What do we have up here? A man who's squinting. He smelled something bad. Here's a woman. She's squinting. She tasted something yucky. A man squinting. He's plotting a crime. Another man plotting a murder. A diabolical woman. A man who we can't trust. Squinting eyes, are these beautiful? Is this what we consider beauty?
It's probably a bad idea.
That's my question for you today. And even Japanese people will agree. In Japan, they spend a record number of dollars on plastic surgery, eye correction, and teeth correction. Jeez. Now, this begs the question, do Japanese people have souls? And the conclusion that I came to after a paradigm shift was that yes, they do have souls. But they function more along the lines of a hive mind. The Sentinels from the Matrix. Bees. Japanese people. Right there, look at them. Like drones. And I think this is why they're so good at coming up with Casio watches and Nintendo games. Even their language sounds like a computer, although it's not an American computer such as an Apple by Steve Jobs or a Compaq. It's more along the lines of a gobbledygook chink computer. They sound... the words... The syllables are like bong, dang, dock, ching, pow. Anyway. Now, we got a problem, folks. What is it exactly that makes people think that Japanese people and Chinese people are somehow good at fighting? Like they can magically, summon some sort of energy from within and use it. I mean, Bruce Lee was what, 130 pounds? You know what happens to a 130-pound person in a fight? Look at this guy. Yeah, he's got definition, but what do you think is going to happen if you can trim all the fat off your body? Skip over this one here. So, Japanese are kind of looked at as these ultimate badass ninja warrior assassins, right? Like this guy right here, whoa, he's dark. He'll probably throw something at you with 100% accuracy, right? He'll throw something and kill you with a needle, right? What I want you to do is an exercise with me, please. Look at the average Asian man's wrist, and look at John Goodman's neck, and compare the two. My thesis that I would posit, after I looked at the data, and I found an interesting conclusion, is that John Goodman would probably beat like 3 Bruce Lees. Like he could probably like just kick them and they'd go flying like soccer balls, in my opinion, in my educated opinion, because I am a martial artist, and a damn good one. Now this brings to mind an interesting anecdote. Back when I was a research student in high school, I was chasing around Alex Chang, who was a Taekwondo black belt, right? This kid was a Taekwondo black belt. Wow, gee whiz, wow. Black belt in Taekwondo. I was throwing little paper throwing stars at him, and he starts doing these like flipping moves in front of me like this, and I didn't even realize he was trying to punch me. I didn't even realize he was punching me. I thought he was just like flailing his arms. Really ineffective techniques, Japanese. Now, if you go on a computer and you look up Junior Idol, you're going to find some really weird stuff. And this is not an adult here. And the reason for this is because Japanese people are all sickos. What's this right here? This, to me, looks, oh, this is a cute character, right? To me, it looks like child porn. And this is what Japanese people look at on the trains every day.
You, come here.
Excuse me?
With the headband, come here.
Why are you talking to him like that?
Because he has been purposefully ignoring the people out here in the hallway, and we would like to have a discussion with him.
Could the purposeful ignoring be having to do with the way you're talking to people? Just pointing at them and going, you come here?
We have tried to be nice, and we have tried to have a conversation with him before.
What's the...
We're hiding in the back of the hotel.
Okay, what's the scoop? What do we need to fix here?
Because he has been violating protocols of this convention.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear it. Hit me. Give me all you got. What's the deal?
When people are on camera
Yeah.
and they request to be taken off camera and you purposefully follow them out of a room, that is a huge violation of their personal rights.
Okay.
And thus the violation of this convention.
I got you.
All right?
All right, well, it's going to stop. You have my word of honor, and I am an honorable man, unlike many Japanese people.
Okay. Now you do understand it's a Japanese convention supporting Japanese
Oh,
culture.
I do love Japanese culture. I got you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we're all set here?
Absolutely. No more film. Hey, shake my hand here. Be a man about it. Nice.
All right.
Nice. Okay. So anyway, Japanese people put eels on girls' heads and do things with, I'm not even going to say what they do with bowling pins, but you know, you're reading a smut book on the subway about toddlers and you think that's normal, and that's what's normal for Japanese businessmen. Half the people in this room right now, brainwashed by supple young limbs. And guys, these images are tame, okay? The stuff I have on my computer is way worse. The stuff I'm showing you here is just nothing. The average gamer, Japanese male, average US gamer or Japanese male, period, stops developing mentally at age 13 to 15, which is why they're so attracted to young girls. The girls are so beautiful and so young, and that makes women jealous, which is why this is even an issue. Now folks, raise your hand. Does anybody know about Unit 731? Anybody know about Unit 731? During World War II, the Japanese people kidnapped a bunch of Chinese people and did experiments, 3 more minutes, I'm so sorry, and did experiments on them that were so savage and pointless that even Hitler was grossed out. Tried to replace the blood with saline solution, etc. You've probably seen some Japanese horror movies along these lines, but I think if you knew the real deal, you'd be like, oh boy. And that's why I say, nuke them all. And that's exactly what I would say if some Japanese person tried to start something with me and tried to use martial arts on me. I'd just be like, dude, we killed 2 million of your people. Kaboom! Jeez. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you so much. I have a website where I sell cool Japanese products. You can get Chindojimon, you can get Kukui Papimon, you can get cool Japanese Yum Yum candy, and you can get, you can go to, I'm on Etsy.com, I sell my Leatherworks, I have my Zanga where I have my thoughts there. I'm on MapleStory, and that's about it. Hold on a second. Hey Sam, can you look in the viewfinder in the back of that camera and see if it's on still? Guys, I leave you with one question. I'm going now, I'm leaving you with one question, and the question is twofold. One, do you think Obama is a Manchurian candidate? And two, do you think the Colorado movie theater shooter is an unintended or maybe intended consequence of CIA MK Ultra type projects? Or is he just some lunatic who went crazy? He was a brilliant young scientist whose aspiration was to own a popcorn machine, and the next thing you know, he's going nuts and going crazy, which is the way the human mind works. I guess that happens all the time. In closing, that's a really bad idea if they lock us in here.
They're not locking us in here.
Okay, just tell whoever's out there that that's going to be a really bad idea if we're locked in
The
here.
door is fucking.
I got you, I understand, I believe you.
No, this door is a piece of shit.
I hear you. In closing, everybody, fuck you ugly. Thank you very much. Big round of applause, everybody.